Hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess, and we are here with another open collaboration challenge. This one is called #Declutter Challenge 24. It begins today on January the 9th. It will end December the 30th, 2024. The summary of this will be on or about January the 2nd. It may or may not contain a giveaway. I have not made up my mind yet. There will be a playlist. If you decide to do this, you need to use the hashtag and the & sign with my channel name, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. And also there will be a playlist that you can put in the description box below your video. So you want to put the hashtag and my channel name in the description box and in the title of your video to include it. Now I'm going to be maneuvering around a little bit to show you what this is all about. But back in 2022, I had pneumonia, and it took me months to get back on track, and things built up. Things that I had been working on got put on hold, and so I have a lot of stuff that needs to be gone through and make decisions about if I'm going to keep them, donate them, sell them, or trash them. So when I declutter, my 3 rules are: you declutter, you find a home for it, and you clean as you go. That way you're not doing triple work. You go ahead and do your declutter, but then you place the item where it belongs, and then you clean. And so I'm working on my craft room right now. I'm going to drop the camera down so you can see this huge box that I have in front of me, and we will talk a little bit more about that. Okay, this is a very large box. It says medium on the outside of it. It is a moving box, and this is stuff that I had packed away in this box for another day to find a home for it. So we're going to go through this box. I'm going to talk a little bit about the items. Then I'm going off camera. I'm going to put this stuff away. And this box will be empty, and I can use it for my donation box or trash box or whatever. So that is my thought, and I have a lot of this stuff that I'm going to be going through. So y'all are going to see a little bit of this as I go through it. And I'm having trouble with my voice today, y'all. So the first thing I have in here is I have a queen size quilt batting that I don't have a place for right yet, but it is something I had planned to use. So we're going to find a home for this. I have some stripy peaches and cream yarn. This is all cotton yarn. I've got a bag full of that I had picked up and had made plans for and never used it. So this is going to find a home today. These are the loopies that you use with a loom. I'm going to find a box or something to put the loopies in, a clear shoebox type box, label it, and get it on my shelf. And this is a bag of yarn, mostly cotton yarns, and it looks like I had already wound most of this up, so anything in here that looks like it's not any good, I'm going to toss. And I do see some in here that I probably will not ever use in this bag. And where's my zipper at? Somebody put tape across it. Probably me. So there is stuff like this in here that is matted. And I will never ever use that. And I've actually got 3 of those. Have no idea what it is. But those are going directly into the trash. And I've got several of these in this bag. Look at this. Taking up space, I will never use it. And then I have some really nice skeins already balled up. And I will get them on my shelf in my craft room because I have a shelf full of yarn. So I'm going to throw those back in the box. We got a mystery bag. With, what are these? Oh my goodness, these are t-shirts. These are t-shirts, and I think I can wear these to sleep in. So these might, if they're in really bad shape, they get cut into rags. Like this one has got some damage to it. So those get cut into rags. Yeah, I think this was supposed to be a rag bag. We'll see. Yeah, that was supposed to be cut into rags. So those are going to get cut into rags today. And they're going to get put into my cleaning fluid solution that I do. And then I won't have to worry with those anymore. What else is down here? Coco! Hush! This is some cotton fabric and some batting that I was saving. And I'm going to get that put with my fabrics. So that's going to go into my fabrics. And I have drawers for that. Already set up in my room. I actually have another piece of fabric here, and I think I'm just going to toss it because it is pretty dirty. Coco! Shh. Bad girl. She's not wanting Roscoe to get on the chair. And my last bag in here is the backing for quilts. So that's quilt backing. And y'all have helped me clean out a box. How about that, folks? So we're okay. I've got a big pile of t-shirts here. Well, actually, there's only 4. But I always recycle old t-shirts into cleaning rags. And I will start by getting it folded in half. I am going to take off the sleeves, and I'm going to trim off this excess on my collar here, and we are going to go from there. And hopefully I picked out a pair of scissors that actually cuts fabrics. So I'm just going to go around. It don't even have to be neatly done, but this makes it so much better to keep this out of the landfill if we can help it. Good old Pekin shears. You can use straight scissors or whatever. So I've got the collar cut off. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off these sleeves. And basically I want to cut off, make this into something that I can actually use as a rag. So I'm going to cut this down, and now I have a long rag out of a sleeve. And I'm going to do the other sleeve. So I'm going to be finagling the fabric a little bit. So you could turn this into strips and make you a rug out of it. You can do a number of things with old t-shirts for crafts and stuff. But now I have my sleeves cut off. And usually I will cut off the band and I will cut off any stitching on this. But for time's sake, I'm not going to do it today. I do cut down the seam line. I usually cut that off, and then that will make my rag. So I've got 2 of those sleeves done, and for the upper part, I find where the sleeve begins and then the bottom half. So we're going to cut straight across, but sometimes it's better to fold your fabric in half and work that way. If you have some really good shears, you can certainly do several layers of it, or a cutting mat. So I'm just going to cut this straight across. Really not concerned too much about the shape of the rags because they're rags. But here I've got this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut across this seam at the top. So we're really not having much to throw away. And any of these seams and stuff, you can use them as ties in your garden. So, you know, you get you a little bucket of them going, and you'll have your ties, and it didn't cost you anything extra to have them. That's why I usually cut those off, especially the band around the bottom of the arms and the bottom of your t-shirt. So now I've got 2 big pieces, and I'm just going to cut this in half again, because I don't like really big rags. And so I'm going to get several cloths out of one t-shirt. And this I'm just going to cut in half. I folded it in half, and I'm just going to cut down. It doesn't have to be straight or anything like that, unless you just are real picky about how your rags look. And then I'm going to I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to cut it again in half. So we're going to put the 2 pieces together. And this will give me some bigger rags. Sometimes we need smaller rags, sometimes we need bigger rags. And so I've already found a place to put the batting. I have an empty drawer in there that I haven't filled yet with all the fabrics, so I put it in that drawer to get it out of the box. And so I've got several rags out of that. So let's see how many rags I got out of that. I've also got a tie. I could clean this up and make a tie out of this. All right, I got 2 sleeves. This is the piece. I'm going to cut this off, and I've got a really small rag there. There's 2 of those sleeves. And then I've got 4 pieces. This was the upper part of the t-shirt. So I've got 4 of those. Just making sure I cut it all the way through. And see, I've got a little piece here that's got to be cut. So I've got 4 of those, and then I've got 4 of the big pieces off the bottom. So that's a lot of rags out of one t-shirt. And I actually could cut these down again if I wanted them smaller. But for time's sake, I would show you that. And then this little tiny piece, I could use this for a number of things. Polishing shoes. I could use it in I use my leftover fat in my Crisco bucket to grease my pans. So this would be a good size for that, to just wipe down your cast iron skillets or whatever. And then you can just toss it into your fireplace or use it as a fire starter. So there's a number of things. And this would be a tie to use for your tomato plants or anything that's vining out in your garden. So that's the t-shirts. Now this is where I've been keeping my cleaning rags. I'm looking for a glass container that just has a lid that sits on it to put my rags and stuff in. And this has vinegar, clary sage, and lavender and cypress in here. I did not even add dish soap to it, although it should have a little bit of dish soap. So these are the wet rags from old t-shirts, and I keep them in here. And so I'm just going to drop these in there, separate it. I've got a lot of vinegar in there still, y'all. And I just refill this whenever needed. But I can go through these rags and then throw them in the washing machine. It's great for cleaning counters, your cabinets, and all kinds of things. Although you don't use vinegar on your marble or granite tabletops or counter. I have a granite granite countertop in my kitchen that I don't use this on. If you don't like the smell of vinegar, you can use rubbing alcohol, although you don't want to smoke around it and you don't want to use it where something is hot. And you can use this to dust your furniture with, your fan blades, anywhere that you have a mess that you want to clean. And it comes in really, really handy. So I've got 2 t-shirts cut up already. We're just going to keep stuffing them in here. And I'm going to add a little more vinegar to this. And we have accomplished something today. So the t-shirts have found a home. The cotton batting has found a home. The fabric has found a home. I've got to get a box, one of those clear shoe boxes for the loopies. And I've got to find a place to put all my cotton yarn at. And I think I've made a lot of progress today. I'm patting myself on the back, and that was just one box. It's hashtag Declutter Challenge 24. It begins today, January the 9th. It goes through December the 30th. You want to tag me in the title, use the hashtag in the title. Both of those in the description and the playlist link in the description to participate in this. It is open. That means you can participate. You don't have to contact me, have a date scheduled and all that. And really and truly, we may not do a giveaway for this because you're learning all kinds of tricks and tips about decluttering your home or your office or your garage or whatever space you're in from other collaborators like me. And you're getting motivation to get it done. Get her done, get her done. So here we go. We're going to pour this over these rags. It's going to soak up that vinegar, and we can use these to clean all through our house throughout the year. And it's so cheap, y'all. You're going to be learning about that too in another open collaboration that I'm doing. It's a collaboration challenge, and that one is called, let me get my book, Cleaning Hacks 24. So y'all be looking for that one too. It should be out on Thursday. Well, thank you folks for watching. I really and truly am blessed by each and every one of you. May you be fully blessed as well.